Okay, guys. So, first thing I want to announce, I know I dropped it in the group chat the other day, but yeah, I made this. Oh damn, I still got my fucking camp open. I made this whole outreach tracker form. Pretty much what I was finding out was a lot of you guys that landed an interview or two were like not motivated to continue doing more outreach, and obviously I want to try and motivate you guys as much as I can and help you guys see success. So I built this outreach form. It's still not perfect. I tried fixing it. I think it's working. If it doesn't, whatever, fuck it. I will get around to fixing it. Just make sure what you guys do pretty much is go in here, type in your name, like I did here. So you would type in your name in the name column. You have to type it into each one of these: daily input, weekly totals, and then leaderboard. All your numbers should populate. So as you do outreach, in other words, as you're messaging people looking for roles, you're just logging how many people you reached out to that day. That makes sense? Every single week, I'm going to be doing giveaways. So, like, for example, this one's going to go through the end of this week and then all of next week. So a little long, like a 10-day thing. The first place, I'm buying you guys AirPods, the newest third gen AirPods. Second place, I'm getting a laptop stand. And third place, I'm giving away ring lights. This will continuously be updated. I just want to make sure I'm trying to set you guys up for success and hopefully motivate you guys to, put a little fire under your ass so you guys can start seeing success like our guy Joe did here today. That being said, yes, this is officially up. So you guys, like, I'll send a link in here at the end of this call, send it into the group chat. You guys can start going into the daily input, and as you guys are doing outreach, obviously log numbers. If you have a job, obviously you have a job, so you're not competing in this. But if you don't have a job yet, this is how we're going to start tracking it. Just that way, you guys can kind of compete with each other, try and outreach more than everyone else, so you guys can win some of these prizes. But yeah, wanted to put that together for you guys. And beyond that, today I had Joe come on today's call. I want him to talk about some of his experience. He was someone that joined this program. It's in October. Correct me if I'm wrong. October. Yeah, so it's been about 4 months now. Pretty fucking great. 5 months, 4 or 5 months. What is that? I don't know. It's February. 4 or 5 months now. And yeah, I mean, he's obviously had a lot of success. He's on Jacob Levenrad's offer, absolutely crushing it. And yeah, so I just wanted him to come on here and give his whole spiel and talk about how he was able to see that success and in 5 months becoming a closer, or 4 months, whatever it is. So yeah, without further ado, let's kind of start diving into things. So Joe, you want to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about like your life pre-sales?
Yeah. What up? I'm Joe Delacardo. So before I got into like sales with Ethan, I did real estate. I do it in Indiana, Illinois. Um, I mean, I liked it. I dropped out of college after like a semester. I just knew like there was another way instead of coming out of college with a bunch of debt. So dropped out, got into real estate, did that for a couple of years, and I mean, it went like okay, like it wasn't going bad, but I just wanted more, honestly. So yeah, before like sales, like I did real estate and yeah, just wanted more. It's not something that I enjoyed doing all the time.
Fire. And when did we meet? I mean, technically Joe and I are actually from the same hometown. We actually went to the same high school. But our high school had classes of like 950 people. And so we never met. Like he looked familiar. I don't really know where from, but yeah, we never met. And so when did we actually meet? Talk about some of that.
So I signed up with Sales Samurai like October, like I think like October 3rd or something like that. We were probably talking like 2 months before that. I think it's when like you first started like promoting like your own business and everything. And like I reposted like a few of your things just like 'cause I thought it was cool. And I think you reached out to me and you're like, yo, bro, appreciate like the support and everything, blah blah. And then like yeah, it was kind of connected and like kept just like chopping it up from there. Like you were just giving me tips and advice and stuff. Um and then after like a month later after that, like you let me know like you're starting your program and everything. And I didn't like hop on it right away. Like after we talked about it the first time, I came back from a trip and that's when like I was like, yo, like honestly, like fuck it, like I need something, like I need something better. Like I was just like not at a good point in my life. I was just like, fuck it, like I really don't got anything to lose, like might as well just try it. And yeah, that's when I told Ethan, I was like, all right, let's run it. Let's just do it.
Yeah, and obviously it paid off. I mean, now you're in Tulum, chilling. Are you there by yourself? You came with friends, no?
Nah, I'm here with two other people from our team.
Cool. Yeah, so obviously it paid off. Yeah, so I mean, obviously, like, in our sales, well, when I was calling you on our sales call, there was a lot of resistance for sure you were giving, which is normal. I think most people, you know, give the same level of resistance. But I kind of wanted you to talk about like what happened when you finally, you know, gave in and decided to fully commit to it. Like, what did that do for you?
Honestly, you're just honest and personable. Like that's what got me like to actually like go through and do it. Cause like, I mean, you closed me at the end of the day. You got me good. There's one thing you said. It was just like, if you're gonna listen to me, you're gonna go through my education, you're gonna do everything I say. Like, where do you see yourself failing? And yeah, you're just like, honestly, man, like I had like from the same hometown, like I'm not just gonna screw you over. Like if you put in the hard work, like it'll work for you. Like it's up to you at the end of the day. Like I can only do so much for you. And yeah, I mean, you're just like an honesty. That's what like caught me personally, like, and made me go through it. It's like, I got trust this dude. Like, all right.
Fire. So keep talking to us. So you, okay, so you finally decided to pull the trigger. What were the next steps for you? You know, what else happened from there?
Yeah. So started like pull the trigger on it. Went through like the program, like all the education you have, like in all the videos, like went through that like 3 times, like, and then yeah, just started asking like how to find a role and everything. And you connected me with someone that got me on an offer. And that's the one place I've been like the entire time. I don't plan on going anywhere else. I mean, it's fucking amazing where I'm at. I love it. I love the people. And yeah, man, that was the starting point. That's what got me here now. It was quick too. That's the thing. It was like, I literally think it was like maybe like 3 days after I actually signed up. Like, you literally was like, yo, bro, like you want to roll? I was like, shit, like I'm super scared. Like I haven't done like, I don't like know enough yet. You're like, bro, just go do it. Like push yourself into it. It's like, all right, fuck it. Like kind of just went right into it.
3 days, insane. Yeah, so talk to us. I know like when you were doing when you first landed the role, like you were struggling a little bit. Which of course, like all you guys are new to sales, you know, and so I think that's expected for anything if you try it, especially something as challenging as sales. And so talk to us a little bit about that, like your first month, some of the struggles you ran into, how you overcame them, and then, you know, how you bounced back to see success.
Yeah. Honestly, after like the first month, like the hardest part is like pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Like, I mean, anything new, like you're not going to be comfortable doing it. So like the biggest part of that, like first month was honestly just like being out of my comfort zone, like learning an entire new skill, like just like an entire new industry that I had no clue about like 3 months before. So that was probably like the biggest struggle was like actually just like getting used to everything and like actually learning it all.
Yeah, in your first month, you barely made money, right? You only made like 1 or 2 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like that's I think that's a testament to like how hard this shit is. You know, it's like it's not easy. You know, I think a lot of times people hear sales and they see the numbers and you know, something people will say is that yeah, like it's an way to get money and it's just not, you know, it's challenging obviously. That being said, like yeah, so what were some things you were doing to get better? Because I'm sure some of these people like, you know, whether they just land roles like Mingy or they're looking to land a role like some others, like you know, I'm sure again, like they're going to face those same obstacles. So what specifically were some things that you did to get better and I mean, start making money? I mean, your second month, how much did you end up earning?
Um, Probably like the like I'd want to say like 4 to 6 range
Okay.
in month two. But I mean the things like I did to get better is honestly just like utilize your resources. Like everyone's here for a reason. Like everyone literally has Ethan to talk to. So like that's like one of the things I did. Like I was always just like, yo, hop on a call, like, yo, like just like calling you, just be like, yo, like, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? And just like a lot of the stuff like I did with my team as well. Like we obviously do a lot of stuff like with whatever team you're on, like they should help you as well. So a lot of that helped me a ton. But at the same time, I mean, you have like this is what you're here for. You have a resource to learn. That's probably the main thing.
Got it. So you embrace continuous learning. Yeah. I mean, that's the big thing, right? It's like as long as you're like willing to dive into that and really try and get better. Yeah, I mean, in 1 month, you're able to go from making only a grand to making 4 to 6 grand, which, you know, for most of you guys, like a lot of you guys are in college, some of you guys are right out of school. Like 4 to 6 grand in a month, that's comparable to a corporate job. You know, I mean, that's you're hanging right in there with everybody else. And then obviously, you know, the cool thing is if you keep going down that road, it gets better and better. So Joey, let's continue down that road. So after your second month, you were still setting. Your third month, were you still setting or how'd that go? I think third month now we're in what, January or end of December?
Yeah, yeah. So there came a point to where I was actually like doing both, like with like closing and setting. But it was only for a short period of time. But yeah, from there I was just setting for a while, and then now like I'm a full-time closer.
And at one point you became like a setter head, right?
Yep. Yeah, I was managing the team of like all the setters that we had on team.
Which obviously is fire. I mean, being a setter head just means that yeah, you're like managing the whole setter team and not only doing your own things, but just making sure everyone else is also doing the right thing. And I mean, you got paid pretty nicely for that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you start to make a lot of money once you get those little promotions. And so yeah, the expectation I always set for you guys is like 3 to 6 months is a pretty good estimate for how long it should take to move into a closing role. Obviously, there's some roles where you can move into it in a month. There's some where it'll take a year. But a good expectation would be like 3 to 6 months to move into closing. And yeah, Joey, you moved into closing what, 3 months in, right?
Yep.
Yep. Fire. And so now let's talk to me about some of your how your life has changed a little bit now. Cause obviously like you're from the same hometown as I. I know like we've talked about it. I know you were stuck in some of the hometown ruts, wanting to get out of that
Yeah.
shit. And what have you been able to do now that you're, in a position where you're full-time closing and earning good money?
Shit. I mean, it was just eye-opening, honestly. Like I was the kid that got fucked up every single weekend during the week. Like just like so in real estate, like I still had like kind of like the time freedom and locate like not as much location freedom, but more time freedom than anything. Um, and yeah, I mean, I just abused it in the wrong way. So like now, like getting into this, it was more eye opening. And thing is, like in this industry, like everyone's so like minded. That's the best part about it. So like even just like being like in like the group chat, like with everyone, like just like meeting everyone that has the same mindset as you, that changed, like opened my eye a lot. Um, and yeah, like now I just have been traveling the last couple months and just keep networking and keep meeting people with the same mindset, man.
Yeah, and for those of you on
It's not
sales
something to do before, that's for sure.
and for those of you on sales teams, you guys kind of know what he's talking about with the like-minded stuff. But Joey, for other people that aren't on roles yet, like can you elaborate more what you're talking about when you say like everyone's like-minded? What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, like obviously everyone's here for a reason. Like you join a program to make more money and like actually want to put in the hard work. And that's the thing. It's like it's not just gonna be like handed to you, like nothing in life is. So like putting in the hard work, like other people around you, like everyone I've met in this industry, like everyone that is like setter, closer, or in any type of like high ticket remote sales, like they all have the same mindset, just wanting to work their ass off and just make as much money as possible and live a good lifestyle. Like everyone has that mindset, and that's honestly, in my opinion, the best part. It keeps you motivated.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps you doing dope shit too. Like if everyone on your team didn't have that mindset, you probably wouldn't be in Tulum by yourself. It's kind of lame.
Yeah.
So, I know you had a Miami trip, starting to travel more. And that's, I think that's the dopest part about being a part of a strong sales culture is like, yeah, you can finally start doing some of those things you really wanted to do because not only can you do it, but all your friends also can do those things, because they're right next to you
Yeah.
doing the same stuff. So great. And yeah, I mean, so what did your first month closing ever, by the way, which by the way, my first month closing, I think I made like a fucking 1 grand. Because yeah, I was doing door-to-door pest control and it was terrible. What did you earn your first month as a closer?
Over 10K.
Which is crazy. I mean, that's like 4 months, you have 4 months of experience, 4 months and 11 days to be exact, 4 months and 11 days of experience, and you're in a full-time closing role already, earning 10K a month for the last 2 months now, right? Or am I wrong?
Yep.
Yeah, crazy. So I mean, yeah, do you have any tips for anyone else who's like early on in the process? They haven't landed a role yet and they're still kind of going through the motions.
Yeah. I mean, just grind. Honestly, like the biggest tip I can give you is just like don't see like failing as like, oh shit, I suck. Like I'm just gonna quit this. Like not everyone like is gonna land a role their first time. Like seriously, like utilize your resources. Like when you're going like to like interviews for like a role or something, like know your shit. Like just don't go there like looking like a slob, like not knowing like objection handling or anything like that. Like just know your shit and just like be a professional. Honestly, I mean that's what we all are here. It's like just be a professional, and utilize your resources. I mean, there's no reason why like if you've been in here for like 2 weeks or even a month, and you don't have a role yet that you don't know like the entire like program, like the back of your hand, like all like everything and all the information in there. So, I mean, you gotta want it. That's the thing. Like someone else can't want it more than you, because then it's not possible to do anything.
So I kind of want to loop back to a little bit, because I think some of the things that these guys have, where people have struggled, is landing some of the interviews. You know, obviously, like you and I know, like this industry is extremely competitive. You know, there's a lot of people we interview when we're looking for people to fill a setter role, as well as closing. But talk to me about some of the things that you think you did really well in that interview, because you landing a role in 3 days, like that's great. You know, the expectation I like to set is like, you know, in the first 2 weeks we can get you something, you know, as long as you're putting in that work. But yeah, you know, 3 days is insane. So talk to me, like your first interview, you crushed it, landed the job. What were some things that, you know, you can remember that you think you did really well, or if you've talked with your boss about it, since, you know, what do you think is some things that you did really well there that helped you see success so quickly?
Yeah, honestly, like just being personable. And like when I went into the interview, like it was literally 3 days in, like I didn't have a ton of stuff down on like the entire like program that Ethan has in the education. Like I didn't have a ton of that down. I think what helped me is just being like normal human, just being able to speak clearly, like having a conversation with someone like that I've just met. And yeah, just being honestly, just being like normal like, at the end of the day. Like it didn't go in there like super nervous or like have my like screen like pointed up like this or something like, or like it was like as an interview, like I'm trying to sell myself to them at the end of the day. So I mean, just kind of stand out on why you would be better than the next guy that's gonna hop on the call, like why they should take you. Like you got we're in sales, you gotta sell them on it, like sell them on yourself, like why you're such a hard worker, like what you're willing to do for the company, what you're willing to sacrifice to actually see success with them. That's a lot of things that most people look for. Because one thing I can say is work ethic is something that you can't teach. Like you can teach objection handling, you can teach all the sales stuff. At the end of the day, you can't teach work ethic. It's one thing you can't teach.
Yeah, and I know we hopped on a phone call before your interview, to kind of go over some of those things because, yeah, just like anybody else, you know, there was some level of just like, hey, I want to know more about what I'm going into here. And yeah, I'm pretty sure those are damn near the exact tips I gave you, bro. Just be yourself. You know, don't be nervous about it, because, you know, as long as you're being yourself, like, you know, that alone will help you stand out a lot. Like most people applying for a setter role, really lack that like self confidence, and it shows in an interview. And yeah, and then obviously like, you know, the basic stuff, you know, just look professional. Like you don't need to have some crazy setup, but yeah, you know, just good lighting. Make sure you come looking clean. You don't look dirty as fuck. Um, there's not hella stupid shit behind you. You know, just try and come pretty professional. Um, let's see what else, because, you know, I'm trying to think about how else we can help some of these people, because obviously, you know, you're someone who's been able to see a lot of success really quickly. Let's see. So when you were in the setter role, what would you say are some like big problems you ran into and how you overcame them?
Like just being a setter in general.
Yeah, like maybe show rates, or like not really knowing how to qualify people properly. I mean, just
That was for sure a big one. Not being able to like qualify people in the right way without kind of scaring them off. It's honestly like as a setter, like your job is to get them on a call, like set the appointment, let the closer kind of take care of it. So that was for sure, like knowing how to like qualify someone financially even, or to see if they would be the right fit for that we can actually help with. Um, that was usually like the one thing I struggled with a lot, and even show rate. And I know like when I was DM setting as well, like I know you helped me out with a few things, like gave me a couple of just like switching stuff up. Um, but yeah, probably just like financially, like qualifying like financially. That was probably one thing I struggled with, like over the phone at least.
And so I'm curious too, like, what was your relationship like with the other setters in the team? I know sometimes people join offers and they're really social, sometimes they're not. What was your, you know, with you seeing success so quickly, what was your relationship like with other people on the team?
Oh, dude, like my best friends now, like my best friends, like literally went to Miami for a little over 2 weeks, like with two people that like we never even met in person. We all stayed together for 2 weeks together in Miami. Like we talk every single day, and then now we're here in Tulum together for a week. Like literally, just like yeah, the people I work with are like my best friends. Along with like I still like talk, like I have like very close friends that I used to hang out with, I still hang out with, that will always be like day one homies. But yeah, I mean the people that I'm able to travel with like this, um, people I talk to every single day. So very, very, very close.
And how quickly did that happen? Was that like immediately when you joined the team, you started reaching out to people and connecting, or what was that like?
Yeah, honestly, like it happened quick just because like you're like you can feel like the energy of other people. Like, 'cause like I said, like the industry, everyone's just like this has the same mindset. Like you just feel like the energy, like everyone's energy is bouncing off each other. So it's hard, it's honestly hard to like not be dialed in because everyone's always dialed. So it keeps everyone like in the same mindset and the same headspace. So like honestly, probably within like couple weeks, like just dialed in with the squad, like talking to everyone, like it was awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's one of the most important parts about sales. You know, it's just making sure you have those couple of guys to kind of lean into and work alongside. Are your friends also closing now?
Um, yeah, I mean, I'm friends with everyone on our team, so we have like setters and closers. I still talk to everyone, but most of the people that I like when I was setting and they were setting, like they're also closers, like Grant.
Yeah, yeah, that's killer. Yeah, we tend to see that a lot with you know, with offers like the one that Joe's on. You know, it's a lot of people will you know, they'll generally recruit their closers from setters. You know, all the most successful companies that I place guys job or I place people on their offer, yeah, that's usually the trajectory. You know, they want to grow from within. And so yeah, you know, that doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, it's crazy. You know, just you know, even like sitting here, like looking back at your story, you know, it is pretty eye opening to me because yeah, like you were one of the guys that you know 3 days in you had a job, or like that's crazy. You know, 3 days is not the expectation, but damn, you know. So I guess yeah, I mean, for the rest of you guys, like, do you guys have any questions for Joe? I mean, like I'm trying to think of anything else, any other ways that he can potentially give you guys advice, but obviously you guys are in your own shoes. So what other questions would you guys have for him that you know, maybe he can help you out with? Mingy, you just started the offer. How's it going?
Pretty good, bro. I mean, I'm having a little bit of an issue with these guys ghosting my closers, but other than that, it feels like I'm printing money, bro. I've been here for like fucking 16 hours a day just setting.
Yeah, yeah, that type. I know we got on a call the other day and you were telling me about it. Good. I mean, no one has any questions for Joe. Sounds good. Hey, that means we did a really good job, Joe. Sounds like we covered just about everything. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this recording so I can post this on YouTube. And beyond that, let's go ahead and start going into just like general Q&A for everybody.